Alright, we're back with Unlimited Saga. As you can tell by the length of this video, it is much smaller than an hour long. In fact, it's actually some part I'm showing off how I grind in Unlimited Saga. Because in Unlimited Saga, grinding in Unlimited Saga is a little bit different than grinding in most other RPGs. A good place to do it at here is an abandoned fortress. Which campaign you're doing. This is a good spot to be able to keep going in and out and whatnot. And there's a number of things you could do. You could try to grind for better weapon skills, which actually depends on the size of the monster you're fighting. So I'm not 100% sure if you can actually unlock the best skills in the game by fighting smaller monsters, or if it's actually 100% required you gotta fight a big monster to get those kind of skills. Not too sure on that. You can also grind your magic tablet skills, which is what I usually mostly do in this. So that way I don't have to worry about it later. I can just learn tablets yourself. You won't be able to actually equip them on your panels till you actually do the quest, whatever quest you do to get to that character panel stuff. You can grind for more items, grind for more money. There are a few drawbacks. You gotta love technical difficulties, but there are a few drawbacks into grinding like this. Actually, I think it's just one drawback. Whenever you kill a monster species, it affects the opposing monster species. For example, bugs and or insect and plants. Basically, if you kill like one, the other has a stronger monster species types. So basically, if you, it's quite possible that if you do enough of this, that you can actually fight the strongest species type, or a particular monster. Like I'm trying to get this coming out of my mouth straight. But basically, if you do this enough times, it is quite possible that you can fight the strongest monster of a particular species in any quest you do. That's what I'm trying to say. But actually, if you can do, like, if you know the game well enough, and you can actually keep doing the LP damage on like constant, like, and consistent, then you're pretty alright when it comes to the when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, it is a particular one. I'm just showing off how I grind. Like I said, it's mostly more for magic tablet grinding than anything. And what was I gonna say next? But yeah, it's mostly for grinding my magic tablets so I can learn the spells. But also, it also does help to try to get a little bit more extra money, so that way I can try to buy all the items in the shop, so that way the merchants can upgrade their equipment. And you can unlock abilities like that to it. And, stuff like that. Stuff and stuff. Oh boy, treasure chest. But this is actually how you could get magic tablets. If the chest has a trap, well, I should say the chest has a high possibility of having a mimic slime. And when you defeat that mimic slime, you have a chance of getting a magic tablet. Now, you won't exactly know what that magic tablet is until you do a quest and get to the character panels. It could be a bad thing, it could not. I recommend, if you can, to actually grind it out to where you can only get, or you can get 3 magic tablets, because that's the max you can get for, at the end of the quest. Or, however many you can get before going into it. Like, if you know there's, you're coming up to a quest where you can get a magic tablet, then just get how many you need just to make equal it out to 3. What's also funny is, say you do a quest, and you do get a magic tablet, and you failed that quest because of turn limits, you still hold on to that magic tablet. So you could actually go to a quest, get that magic tablet, fail the quest, do it later, but still have that magic tablet. And say you do, then you go back to that quest, you won't be able to get another magic tablet, unfortunately. Now, something that you can actually do, you can save scum. Like, I know Biggie Let's Plays did, like an explanation video of the save scum and stuff. But it is a thing you can do in this game. With the way, it handles its saving files on the memory cards and whatnot, you can go into that and whatnot. But I'm not doing it. And honestly, if you know what you're doing, you can get through this game just fine without having to grind like this. More so with, like, if you just want to do just one character, Laura is actually the closest you're gonna to a basic kind of thing. If I'm not mistaken, I think the only thing with Laura's campaign is she has the hardest final boss, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. But from what I recall from memory, Laura's big thing is that she has the hardest final boss out of all the 7 campaigns in this game. But her scenario is more closer to RPGs, I want to say. Because each campaign is actually a little bit different. With how it's really interesting because no two are really alike. I mean, sure, they go to the same dungeons and whatnot, but we'll see it when we eventually get to that point, because I am going to do all the campaigns. That's going to be fun. Because Lawrence is the more straightforward. Armac, which is my favorite character, is actually considered the hardest, because his is like a scavenger hunt. You have to have certain types of items to be able to progress in that game. Which is funny enough, Armac is actually the easiest of the final bosses, but just the hardest scenario. I think Ruby's, if that's her name, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I think hers and Laura's are just about the same, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think with hers, actually, I don't know, I'm not too... I'm thinking, I don't want to say something that's completely wrong. But you got one that has the Cursed Gauntlet, which his is different. It's handled a little bit differently. You have one that's actually a carrier that can, that delivers stuff, and that's a whole interesting mechanic in it itself. No other character can access that. Like, I don't know if I showed it off too many times, but there's a point where you can go to these things and they say this is for carriers only, and one character is actually a carrier and can do all that. It's lots of interesting little differences between the campaigns. Judy's, I guess, is similar to Lauren's. Just because, yeah, the way it's structured, but it's just more magic-oriented. We'll get there when we get there, in due time. But yeah, Unlimited Saga, it's gonna be a long playthrough. Let me plug my phone here real quick so that way it's charging. There we go. Yes, I gotta plug to my laptop. That's how I'm charging it. I'm actually gonna guess now that the Unlimited Saga playthrough will probably be over 200 parts. Easy. If I have to wager. That was Twitter. That was the Twitter. I'm still debating how I'm gonna handle the encounters of the other scenarios. I think what I'm gonna do is basically it's gonna reset with each campaign. So that way, if somebody wants to see one particular one, I guess, I don't know. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of just saying, oh, I already seen this encounter with Lauren, or in this other campaign, so I don't have to show it off in this campaign. That just seems... I don't know. It's kind of odd when it comes to doing RPG playthroughs in a format like this. Like, say streaming, that's a completely different thing. Like, you just... I mean, that's live. You can't really edit anything. Which I think RPGs do benefit from streaming. I think, like, Symphony of the Night, I think that's one of those games that's great. Well, I mean, of course it's cool in video format and whatnot, but I think it's one of those games that's really great for streaming. I think RPGs do better when it comes to streams. It's just, you know, when you do it in a playthrough format like this, you have the benefit of editing, where you can edit out drawn-out parts, edit out encounters you already seen before, etc., etc. But even then, oh, excuse me, even then, this playthrough's still going to be over 200 parts, guaranteed. Just because I'm going to do every single quest for every character. If I went straight through the story for each character, possibly under 100 parts? Maybe? I think Armac would be the real one that would put a wrench in it. Well, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see when we see 5 years down the road. Because that's the one thing I will do in life, though. Whatever I start with these playthroughs, I want there to be an end. I don't want to end it in the middle of a playthrough. I will finish them. I promise. But yeah, that's basically how I grind in this game. So I just did this little video just to show that off. It was a short little video, especially after the hour-long video that happened in the in this particular playthrough. But a lot of parts might actually turn out that way. Maybe not. Maybe it was just that one particular case. But anyway, I'm Dishamon Pal. This has been Unlimited Saga, and stay tuned for more.